Hello, I'm Piet Hein Eek. I'm sitting now in our new showroom, and this is our new place. And we just opened it last Saturday, 4 days ago or 5 days ago. And one of the main reasons to do this is that we always created a place where in Holland we say you must feel like a fish in the water, and to be able to function well, you need the nice people around you and a nice surrounding, and then everything goes by itself. So that's what we created here. We came from a fish bowl, and now it's an aquarium. So it's only bigger, but the philosophy is the same, that you have to create your own atmosphere, your own surrounding, and your own team. If people ask me what's the best thing you ever did, I always answer it's not the design, it's my surrounding, my own environment, which I more or less created. In contrary to most designers, we have a big production facility, so we have an enormous team who actually makes the products and my designs, and we have of course a team to take care of all the administration and so on. And I started like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, with my business partner Rob Ruigrok, and we're both very happy when we create and make things. And the whole company has always been making and creating things. And now in this new premises we have chosen to be more focused on the consumer, to show what we're doing. And because it's so big and we have so much space, we are starting up collaborations with many different organizations and experts. And it's about there's an art advisor, we have a green, we're going to do classical music. We have a guy who collects everything one can collect and has enormous amounts. He has his own space. So it's a vast range of collaborations. The scrapwood cupboard I made for to get my degree during my last period at school was totally different from all other designs at that moment, because it was normal to make a perfect product, and I wanted to make a scrapwood cupboard, which I thought was perfect in a different way. And that wood is in Holland. It's normal to use scrapwood for all kinds of things except for domestic use. And my father made a rabbit house from it always, so we went to the lumber yard, took the wood and made all kinds of things. And I thought I liked the material better than new materials at that moment, because everything had to be smooth and polished and perfect. And the funny thing is that a lot of people seems to think that the scrapwood is the start, but the real start is that I always try to work from the material and the craftsmanship and the machines and all the possibilities of materials. So if I see a material which is normally not used for a certain purpose, I often see a possibility to make something which is never made, and most of the time I try to do it in a way that it feels natural, because the technique and the material is used in a way that it's almost likely to do it, so it should feel comfortable. But the most important part of it is that it has to be available. So I'm not going to design something for a machine who is not in my workplace or with a friend. So it's always, the inspiration is always coming from nearby. It's like a farmer with his land, and in my case it's not a land, but it's a machine or a material. But I never think about the material which doesn't exist. Because we produce ourselves, we like that, and we started to do everything under one roof. And now it seems to be a very good formula, because it's something which people take to the heart. You know, he's designing over there, they're taking care of production, here is the product. So it's very nice that our natural sense for making the things and making the organization is something which is at this moment one of the most important issues. Apart from the collection we have, we do often assignments. So, and one of the major things when I do an assignment, what I try to do is I'm very much a designer who is focused on words, so not on visuals. So I can remember a conversation like 2 years later. I know actually you said that and I said that and I liked it very much. So for me words are quite important. And what I do with when there is an assignment, I have a conversation with somebody about his premises, about his ideas, about his dreams. And what I just do is to translate that conversation to a design. And most of the time when I do that, people say, yes, this is what we discussed, so it's okay. So it's very simple. If I can't get my finger on it during a conversation, I have to talk extra. But normally we just talk. And main things if you design, that you have to translate something from another dimension into actually reality. And well, we're, like I said before, we're producers, we make things. So the funny thing is, for me, it's the translation from words, from conversation, from ideas to actually a space or a product or what else. Design is not emotional on itself for each item, but it's very much emotion on itself. So the bigger, together it's emotion. So the whole company, everything together is emotion. And most designs are quite pragmatic for me. But there are, because I'm very narrative, it's always storytelling, and there are enormous emotional products and stories. I always say I would like to change the world, but I'm actually making chairs and tables, which is quite stupid. But on the other hand, it's a profession where you get very much exposure. So in your words, you can influence the world and people. At least you can tell what's at your heart and how you think things should be. And so in the second opportunity, it gives you the chance to actually spread your own word. Like an artist, you know, you want to change the world, you want to show things, but on the other hand, it's not more, you do what you do, and then the result is there, and then the process is so, you know, during the process, that's the main thing, to make the most beautiful thing in the world. And each time you have to start again, because it never happens. If there is an idea to something, like a technical one, but for example, we have the waste scrap furniture, so we make serious scrap furniture, and then we have leftovers, so it's called leftover scrap wood furniture. It's leftovers from our production, and then we make something with it. And that's the puzzle things, the little things. And we started with that because normally everybody throws everything away, and labor is so expensive, so that in fact, if labor is expensive, you create waste. Because it takes too much time to make with the little left over something. It's not that it's worthless or that it's ugly, it's because we're so expensive. We started at a certain moment to turn it around. I just said, take as much time as you can use to create something nice from this waste. And it was the world upside down. And it was just to do it, to do the opposite of our everyday's practice. And then the products came. And I thought I will never sell it because nobody will pay for it, because it's extravagancy of labor. I don't try to make new things, I try to translate little stories. So we made, like once, I think it's over there, we made an archive cupboard. And it looks like it has always been like that, but it's totally new. So we have a lot of products which, when they're finished, I even designed products where I thought, this is new, this is extreme, and then it was finished and it just looked like a chair from the 30s. It could have been designed by Corbusier or something. And when I was drawing it, I really felt like this is extreme, you know. So I always try to do the narrative part, and it's unconscious. So it's, you know, everybody has an enormous amount of information by television, by magazines. At those days, everybody has almost 90% overlapping information. So if you take those images out of your head and you create a product with it, and you use those images, even if it's 100 years ago or 20 years ago, but everybody sees those pictures. So I don't look at design I try to translate my own history, which in fact I always quit when it starts like being like pulling a dead horse. You know, it has to go on the flow and on itself, and this project is one of the big examples of it, but in fact we always did it like that.